Today's story is not just about learning new words. It's about learning how to live with focus in a world full of noise. Every day, we are surrounded by messages telling us to do more, be more, achieve more. Our phones buzz, our minds race. We start one thing, then jump to another, and by the end of the day, we feel tired, yet strangely empty. Most people believe success comes from doing many things at once. But have you noticed? The more we try to do everything, the less progress we actually make. Our attention becomes divided, our minds scattered, and our hearts restless. We chase 100 small goals, forgetting the one thing that truly matters. This video is about the one thing, the powerful idea that changed millions of lives. It teaches us that real success and peace do not come from doing more, but from doing what matters most, deeply and consistently. It's not about working harder, it's about working clearer. If you are learning English, you may have felt this same struggle. You watch videos, read books, try many methods, but somehow your fluency doesn't grow as fast as you hoped. It's not your fault. It's the noise of too many things. The secret is not to learn everything at once, but to focus on the one thing that moves you forward today. One word, one story, one small step. This story will guide you through that journey. You will understand why multitasking kills progress, how focus creates peace, and how a single clear goal can change your life. As you listen, you'll also grow your English, naturally, easily, and meaningfully, through the rhythm of real storytelling. So, take a breath. Let the noise fade for a moment. Imagine your mind as a quiet room, ready to receive something valuable. From this moment, every word you hear is a step toward clarity, in your thoughts, in your language, in your life. But before we can find our one thing, we must first understand why most people lose focus in the first place. The trap of many things. Every morning, the world wakes up in a rush. Alarms ring, screens glow, and messages appear before the sun fully rises. From the first moment of the day, we are already running, chasing goals, checking phones, answering calls, and trying to do everything at once. The world tells us that the busier we are, the more successful we will be. But deep inside, something feels wrong. We do many things, yet finish very little. We move fast, yet feel lost. Our hands are full, but our hearts are tired. This is the silent trap of modern life, the trap of many things. Picture a young learner sitting at a desk, books open, phone beside them, videos playing, notes scattered everywhere. They start one thing, stop halfway, jump to another, and by the end of the day, they wonder why nothing truly improved. It's not that they didn't try. It's that their attention was divided into too many pieces. Now, imagine someone at work, always saying yes to every request, every meeting, every message. They run through the day without rest, believing that constant motion equals progress. Yet when night comes, they feel empty, busy, but not fulfilled. The mind races even in silence. And think of a parent, a dreamer, or a student, anyone trying to hold everything together. Their day becomes a storm of small tasks, endless thoughts, and quiet pressure. They care, they try, they give, but their energy is stretched thin. They are present everywhere, yet nowhere deeply. We often mistake activity for achievement. The truth is, busyness and productivity are not the same. Busyness is movement without direction. Productivity is focus with purpose. One drains your energy, the other multiplies it. Being busy feels safe, It makes us feel important, but being focused feels different. It asks us to choose. It demands that we let go of what doesn't matter so we can give our full heart to what does. That choice is hard, but it is also the beginning of peace. Think of light. When it spreads everywhere, it softly lights a room. But when focused, that same light becomes powerful enough to cut through steel. Your mind is like that. When scattered, it glows faintly. When focused, it transforms everything it touches. So, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what are all the many things that fill your days? Which of them truly move you forward? The moment you stop chasing everything, you start moving towards something. Because we think doing more brings success, but the truth is, doing less, with full attention, changes everything. The moment of realization. There comes a moment in life when effort alone no longer feels enough. You try, you push, you give everything you have, but still, nothing truly changes. You feel like you are walking in circles, working hard but never arriving anywhere. It's a quiet kind of frustration, one that whispers, "Why am I not moving forward?" For a long time, life can feel like that, a mix of motion and confusion. You wake up early, make plans, and fill your day with activity. Yet at the end of it all, you feel the same, tired, uncertain, unsatisfied. You wonder if maybe you are missing something, some secret that successful people seem to know. One day, while sitting alone, you finally stop to think. You realize that your days are full, but not focused. You are busy, but not progressing. Your mind jumps from one thought to another like a bird that never lands. And suddenly, you see it. The problem isn't that you're not working hard enough. The problem is that your attention is scattered everywhere except where it truly matters. In that quiet moment, a question rises inside you. What if I focused on only one thing, not 10, not 5, just one? The thought feels simple but powerful. It feels like breathing clean air after years of noise. Imagine sitting in a small cafe, watching people rush by. Everyone is in a hurry, phones in hand, eyes on screens, minds full of plans. You realize that everyone is running, but few know where they are going. You too have been part of that race. But now, for the first time, you step out of it. You sit still, and the world slows down. Then, a voice inside your mind, calm, steady, honest, begins to speak. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right thing. The one thing that truly matters. It's not the loud voice of ambition. It's the quiet voice of clarity. You remember all the times you tried to learn something new, a language, a skill, a dream, and gave up halfway because life got noisy. Each time, you blamed yourself. But now you see, it wasn't lack of discipline. It was lack of direction. You were spreading your energy too thin. In that realization, something changes. You start to see your time as a precious resource, something to be protected, not wasted. You begin to see that saying yes to everything is not strength, it's surrender. True strength is in choosing your focus, your path, your one thing. You might remember a mentor's advice, or perhaps a line from a book. Success is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. You finally understand it. Every great achievement in history began with focus, one question, one idea, one mission carried with patience and purpose, and in that understanding, peace appears. Not because life is suddenly easy, but because it becomes clear. You no longer need to chase 100 dreams. You just need to water one seed. That seed could be anything: learning English deeply, mastering your craft, building something meaningful, or simply becoming a calmer, clearer version of yourself. The seed doesn't grow because you stare at it. It grows because you give it daily care and undivided attention. This is the moment of realization, when the world stops spinning so fast and you finally see what's been missing. You were never failing. You were only unfocused. The solution isn't to run faster, but to walk with purpose. So take a breath. Feel the power of stillness. In the space between chaos and clarity lies your one true path. So what exactly is this one thing? And how can we find it in our own lives? Finding your one thing. Every person, at some point, must face a powerful question. What truly matters to me? Not what others expect, not what looks impressive, but what truly moves my life forward. In a noisy world full of endless choices, this question is like a compass. It helps us find direction when everything feels uncertain. When you slow down and listen to yourself, you may notice that not everything you do carries the same weight. Some tasks feel urgent but unimportant. Answering messages, checking notifications, reacting to others' demands. But there are also quiet, deeper actions, the ones that may not shout for attention, but quietly shape your future. Learning, creating, practicing, growing. These are the things that build your foundation. So how do we find our one thing? It begins with reflection. Simple, honest reflection. Sit with yourself and ask, what's the one thing I can do that makes everything else easier or unnecessary? Let the question sink in. Don't rush to answer. Feel it. Maybe your one thing right now is learning English. Not because it's just another skill, but because it opens doors to new knowledge, jobs, and worlds. Or maybe your one thing is improving your health, building your confidence, or finishing something you started long ago. The answer is personal. It's the goal that, if achieved, would quietly make other struggles smaller. Imagine your life as a field full of seeds. You can water 100 of them, just a little each day, and none will grow strong. Or you can choose one seed, give it your full care, and watch it bloom into something beautiful. Focus doesn't mean giving up everything else. It means choosing what matters most first. There's a difference between priority and distraction. A priority is something that truly moves you forward. It's your foundation. A distraction is anything that takes you away from that foundation, even if it looks productive. Sometimes distractions hide behind good intentions. Extra tasks, new projects, more information. But focus demands courage, the courage to say no to the noise so you can say yes to your purpose. Ask yourself, if I could only succeed in one area this year, what would it be? Which single effort would make me proud, peaceful, and alive? When you answer that, you are already closer to your one thing. The power of this idea is simple, but life-changing. Most people spread their energy in many directions, and as a result, they move a little, in many ways. But the person who focuses deeply on one meaningful thing moves far, in one clear direction. One clear direction creates peace. Finding your one thing is not only about success, it's also about balance. When you focus on the right thing, life becomes lighter. You no longer waste energy choosing what to do next, because you already know. Your mornings become simpler, your mind calmer, your path clearer. Imagine a candle in a dark room. If the flame flickers, the shadows dance wildly. But if the flame is steady, the room feels peaceful. Your attention is that flame. When it flickers, your thoughts become chaotic. When it steadies, your life begins to glow. So, start with small steps. Choose one meaningful habit, one book, one lesson, one small promise to yourself, and give it your best energy every day. Don't chase everything. Just stay with the one thing until it becomes a part of you. That is how great things begin, quietly, patiently, with full attention. And remember, focus is not about perfection. It's about direction. You don't have to know every answer right now. You just need to know where to look. Once you find your one thing, life feels lighter because you no longer need to fight with time. You use it wisely. You may still feel the pull of the world, the messages, the comparisons, the noise. That's normal. But when you know your one thing, you can return to it like a home. Every time you get lost, you'll know the way back. Because in the end, mastery doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing one thing, again and again, until it transforms you. So, take a deep breath and look within. The answer you're searching for is already waiting inside you. It's simple. It's clear. It's your one thing. Once you know your one thing, the next challenge is protecting it. Because the world will always try to pull you away. The enemies of focus. You've found your one thing. You feel inspired, ready, and clear. But soon, something strange happens. You start drifting again, checking your phone, opening another tab, thinking about 10 other things you could do. You lose momentum. You tell yourself, I'll start again tomorrow. And before you know it, your focus fades away. Why does this happen? Because the moment you choose one thing, 100 distractions begin to chase you. These distractions are not just outside of you. They also live inside your mind. Let's talk about them. Imagine a young learner who decides to improve their English. The first week, they're full of motivation. They buy a notebook, watch lessons, and practice every day. But soon, a new method appears online. Learn English faster with this app. The learner switches. A few days later, another video says, this technique is better. So they switch again. After a month, they've tried everything but finished nothing. They feel tired, confused, and frustrated. This is the trap of distraction. It looks like progress, but it's not. It's movement without direction. The first enemy of focus is the fear of missing out, FOMO. It whispers, what if something better is out there? So, you keep searching, comparing, jumping from one thing to another. But in truth, every time you start over, you lose the power of momentum. Success doesn't come from perfect tools. It comes from consistent effort on one path. The second enemy is overcommitment. You say yes to too many things: work, study, friends, social media, entertainment, until your time disappears. You feel busy, but not productive. Overcommitment creates noise, and noise kills clarity. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to your one thing. The third enemy is perfectionism. You tell yourself, I'll start when I'm ready, but that moment never comes. You spend time planning, preparing, fixing, but not doing. The truth is, clarity grows after action, not before it. Waiting for perfect conditions is just another form of fear. And then, there's digital noise, notifications, videos, endless scrolling. They feed your brain small rewards that feel good, but leave you empty. Your focus is stolen in seconds. Every distraction teaches your brain impatience. Soon, even reading a single page feels hard. All these enemies feed a simple loop: desire, distraction, delay. You desire progress, get distracted, then delay action. The loop repeats until your energy drains. But there's another path. The path of clarity and discipline. Clarity means knowing exactly what matters right now. When you're clear, confusion loses power. Instead of asking, "What should I do next?" you already know. You've chosen your one thing. Discipline means protecting that choice, even when it's not easy. It's the quiet decision to stay with your one thing while others chase everything. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. It frees you from chaos and regret. Here's a truth many people forget. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Every time you give it away to something unimportant, you lose a piece of yourself. But when you guard it carefully, life begins to change. Try this simple habit. Before starting your day, ask, "What is the one thing that truly deserves my attention today?" Then focus only on that, even for 1 hour. Turn off your phone, close the tabs, silence the noise. You'll be surprised by how much peace returns. Distraction is not just a habit, it's a culture. Everywhere you look, something asks for your eyes, your clicks, your time. But here's the secret. You don't have to answer. You can choose silence. You can choose focus. When you choose focus, you train your brain to be strong again, to think deeply, to stay with one task, to finish what you start. That strength is rare today, and that's why it's powerful. Yes, the world will always try to pull you away, but every time you say no to distraction, you say yes to your future. You say yes to clarity, to calm, to growth. So, protect your attention like a treasure. Limit the noise, simplify your choices, and remember, mastery is built in silence, not in chaos. Because when you learn to protect your time and energy, you begin to see the real magic of focus. The power of habit. Focus gives you direction, but it is habit that turns direction into progress. One of the most powerful truths in life is simple. Small, consistent actions create enormous results over time. It's not the giant effort once a year, but the tiny steps every day that build mastery. Like water shaping stone, steady effort slowly transforms your life. Think about learning English. Reading just 10 minutes a day may seem small. Speaking a few sentences every morning may feel insignificant. But each day, these small acts grow like roots, anchoring your mind and building strength. Over weeks and months, that small practice becomes a skill, and skill becomes confidence. Suddenly, you realize you understand more, speak more, and think more clearly in English, all because of small, repeated choices. Habits are powerful because they remove the struggle of decision. When a habit is formed, your brain knows the path. You don't have to push yourself every time. You don't wonder whether you will do it or not. You simply follow the pattern, and progress happens naturally. There's a simple strategy called habit stacking. It means linking a new habit to something you already do. For example, if you drink tea every morning, use that time to read a page in English. If you brush your teeth, try speaking a sentence aloud about your day. Linking habits to existing routines turns effort into ease. It's the quiet magic that turns willpower into flow. Another key is shaping your environment. Your surroundings influence your habits more than you realize. If your phone is always in your hand, distraction wins. If your books, notes, and materials are visible, focus becomes easier. Small changes, a tidy desk, a quiet corner, a timer set for practice, give your habits room to grow. Habits also give emotional satisfaction. Each completed small action creates a tiny spark of achievement. Your mind begins to associate effort with reward, and motivation grows naturally. Slowly, patience and persistence replace frustration and doubt. You start to feel capable. You start to trust yourself. Imagine a path in the forest. Every day you walk it, step by step. At first, the trail is unclear, but day by day your steps press the earth, clear the rocks, and create a smooth path. Eventually, the path is easy to walk, and what once seemed impossible becomes natural. Your small habits are those steps in your life. English learners often make the mistake of expecting quick results. They try to study everything at once, become overwhelmed, and give up. But habits protect you from this chaos. 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, repeated consistently, builds fluency. Speaking a little daily turns hesitation into confidence. Reading a little daily turns unfamiliar words into knowledge. Habits are the bridge between effort and mastery. And here is the most beautiful part. Habits are empowering. They teach you that progress is not a matter of luck or talent. It's a matter of choice and consistency. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up again and again for your one thing. Each repeated action is a promise to yourself. Each day you keep your habit is a victory over distraction, doubt, and chaos. So, focus gives you the direction. Habits give you the path. Small steps, repeated daily, quietly create results that feel almost magical when seen over time. When you combine focus and habit, you begin to feel the strength of your own consistency. You see that change is not sudden, but inevitable. Habits make focus possible, but true success begins when your focus turns into purpose. The purpose behind the focus. Focus and habit can take you far, but without purpose, even the clearest path can feel empty. Goals tell us what to achieve. Purpose tells us why we are walking that path. It is the quiet fire inside that keeps you moving when the world becomes heavy, when motivation fades, when every step feels hard. Without purpose, effort becomes mechanical. With purpose, every effort feels meaningful. Imagine someone learning English. They could set a goal. I want to speak fluently in 6 months. That is a goal, clear and measurable. But when the daily struggles appear, difficult words, confusing grammar, long hours of practice, motivation can fade. Now imagine they discover a deeper reason. They want to connect with people across the world, to read stories they love, to share ideas with confidence. That reason becomes purpose. Suddenly, the hard work is no longer a burden. It is meaningful. It carries them forward, even when progress seems slow. Purpose gives clarity. Without it, focus can feel like forcing a cart up a hill without knowing where the destination is. You may follow a routine, form habits, and work hard, yet still feel restless or frustrated. But purpose aligns your actions with your values and desires. It turns repetition into meaning, struggle into growth, and small steps into a journey you want to continue. Think of life as a river. Goals are the direction you paddle. Purpose is the current that carries you. When the current is strong, even small paddles move you far. When the current is missing, even the strongest effort may keep you in the same place. That is why knowing your why is more powerful than simply knowing your what. Purpose also strengthens resilience. Life is full of distractions, setbacks, and doubts. There will be days when the habit feels too hard, when focus wavers, when you feel tired of the path. But purpose acts like an anchor. It reminds you that each small effort is part of something larger, a dream, a skill, a meaningful connection, a contribution. That reminder makes it easier to return to your focus, even after distraction or failure. A story can make this clear. Imagine someone who begins helping others through small actions, teaching, sharing knowledge, giving time. At first, it feels like extra effort, almost inconvenient. But over time, the satisfaction grows. They see the impact of their actions. They see smiles, gratitude, and small changes that would not have existed without their focus. The work itself becomes a reward because it carries purpose. Every repetition, every small step feels alive with meaning. Purpose is also contagious. When you act with intention, others notice. Your clarity, dedication, and calm confidence inspire those around you. The path you walk becomes not just yours, but a quiet guide for others. Purpose turns focus into influence, habit into inspiration. For English learners, this principle is the same. Learning a language can feel difficult and slow. But if the reason for learning is meaningful, to travel, to connect, to grow, to teach, every practice session becomes part of a larger story. Mistakes become lessons, challenges become adventures, and every small improvement feels like a victory. Purpose gives power to focus. It turns daily effort into momentum, confusion into direction, and struggle into fulfillment. It creates a gentle yet unshakable motivation that carries you through the long journey, even when immediate results are invisible. Purpose gives power to focus, and focus gives life to purpose. But what happens when life tests your commitment? The challenge of staying on track. Even when focus and purpose are clear, life does not make the journey easy. Challenges arrive without warning. Setbacks, self-doubt, criticism. They appear like sudden storms, testing your commitment and shaking your confidence. You may feel the weight of expectations, both from yourself and from the world around you. And sometimes the hardest battle is silent. Inside your own mind, you begin a task with energy and clarity. The habit is formed. The goal is defined. But then a small failure occurs. A mistake in learning, a missed step, a slow result. Instantly, doubt creeps in. Am I doing this right? Maybe I'm not good enough. The questions echo, louder than the progress you've already made. It is easy in those moments to give up and return to old, comfortable patterns. At the same time, criticism often comes from outside. People may not understand your path. They may question your choices, your time, your effort. Why focus so much on one thing? They ask. Their voices, though external, can feel like mirrors of your own fear, reflecting uncertainty back at you. You start to wonder if the effort is worth it. You feel small, tired, almost defeated. This is the point where many give up. But the difference between giving up and growing is resilience. The quiet decision to continue, even when everything inside says stop. Resilience is not bravery in the absence of fear. It is acting despite fear, refusing to let doubt dictate your actions. It is a choice, repeated moment by moment, habit by habit, step by step. One practical way to protect your focus is time blocking. Set aside a dedicated period each day for your one thing. During this time, remove distractions. Silence notifications, close unrelated tabs, and create a space where you can fully engage. Even 1 hour of undivided attention each day can create momentum far stronger than several scattered hours of effort. Another tool is learning to say no. Every yes to an unimportant task is a no to your one thing. Saying no does not make you selfish, it makes you intentional. It allows you to protect your energy and your clarity. By setting boundaries, you take control of your day instead of letting the world control you. Sometimes the challenge is internal. The mind resists progress even when the path is clear. You may feel the pull of comfort, old habits, or instant gratification. Here, reflection and self-kindness are key. Remind yourself why you started. Visualize the benefits of persistence. Celebrate small wins, even if they seem minor. Each step builds confidence, and over time, those steps accumulate into transformation. Imagine climbing a steep hill. Every few steps, your legs ache, your lungs burn, and the summit feels far away. But each step moves you higher. Soon the path becomes clearer. The effort becomes rhythm, and with rhythm comes momentum. What once felt impossible now feels achievable. The hill teaches patience, endurance, and strength. Life is no different. Every challenge you face is a small hill, and overcoming it strengthens the habit of persistence. The truth is, staying on track is never a straight line. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when distractions seem irresistible. But each time you rise, each time you refocus, each time you say yes to your one thing and no to the noise, you become stronger. You become someone who can withstand the storms, someone who knows that progress is built in persistence, not in perfection. You are not alone in this struggle. Every learner, every creator, every person pursuing growth faces obstacles. The difference is not luck, it is the choice to keep moving. Keep your purpose in mind, protect your habits, and take each step intentionally. When you rise above distractions and fear, something amazing happens. Your life begins to simplify. The simplicity of greatness. Greatness is often misunderstood. Many believe it comes from doing everything, being everywhere, and achieving all at once. But the truth is far simpler and far more powerful. True success comes from choosing the right thing and doing it well over and over again. It is not the quantity of actions that matters, but the clarity and consistency of focus. Look at history. Albert Einstein did not master every field of science. He devoted his energy to understanding the mysteries of the universe that fascinated him most. By focusing deeply on that one mission, he changed the way we see reality. Every theory, every experiment, every equation was a step on a path defined by focus, not busyness. Athletes show the same truth. A champion runner does not train in every sport. A swimmer does not become great by splitting attention across 10 different exercises. They focus on the core movements, the essential drills, the perfect repetition. Their daily commitment may seem simple, almost ordinary, but through that simplicity comes mastery. What seems small and repetitive from the outside is actually the engine of greatness. Writers, too, understand this. The novels we admire are not the result of scattered thoughts or half-finished ideas. They come from one story, one voice, one discipline practiced every day. Each word, each sentence, each chapter builds upon the last. Focused attention allows the writer to create worlds that captivate millions, all by honoring one mission with steady devotion. The pattern is clear. Mastery arises from simplicity. Doing less, but doing it intentionally, produces results that doing more never can. Focus eliminates the noise, clarifies priorities, and allows energy to concentrate on what truly matters. The world often rewards those who scatter their effort, but it transforms those who focus it. There is a quiet power in this approach. Life becomes less frantic. Choices become easier. When you commit to your one thing, the clutter falls away naturally. The small, unnecessary tasks, the distractions, the constant comparison, they lose their grip. Your mind begins to breathe. Your energy returns. The chaos of modern life no longer dictates your day. Simplicity also creates confidence. When your efforts are concentrated, results become visible. You see progress, even if it is gradual. You feel control, even when external circumstances are uncertain. Confidence does not come from doing more. It comes from knowing that what you are doing matters. Every action has purpose. Every effort builds toward mastery. Every day is a step forward. Even in learning English, the principle applies. Reading 10 minutes daily, practicing one conversation a day, writing a short paragraph, these simple, focused habits produce fluency far faster than trying to do everything at once. The learner who focuses consistently builds understanding and confidence. Progress becomes measurable, motivation grows naturally, and the process becomes joyful rather than overwhelming. Simplicity is not boring, it is freeing. It allows space for creativity, reflection, and growth. It turns the pressure of endless choices into the clarity of intentional action. It transforms ordinary routines into extraordinary results. Greatness, in essence, is the art of removing what is unnecessary and giving your full attention to what matters most. When you live with focus, your energy returns, your mind clears, and you begin to see the beauty of simple living. Living the one thing. Now is the moment to bring everything together. You have learned about focus, habits, purpose, and simplicity. You have seen how distractions steal energy, how small, consistent actions build mastery, and how purpose gives every effort meaning. But all of this knowledge is only powerful when it becomes action. Today, you can choose your one thing, the small step that begins a transformation. Your one thing does not need to be grand. It can be a single habit, a small daily effort, or a single decision to focus. Perhaps it is practicing English for 10 minutes, writing a paragraph, or reading one story. Perhaps it is deciding to listen fully, speak bravely, or learn patiently. Whatever it is, the key is to choose it intentionally, protect it, and repeat it every day. One small action, consistently done, can create momentum that changes your life. Imagine making English your one thing. Every word you read, every sentence you speak, every story you listen to becomes part of a path toward fluency. It is not about doing everything at once. It is about giving your energy and attention to the right things, again and again. Each step builds confidence. Each step builds skill. Each step builds a sense of achievement that grows quietly into mastery. The beauty of living your one thing is that it simplifies your world. When your attention is clear, your mind calms. You no longer feel scattered or overwhelmed. Every choice becomes easier because you already know what matters most. Your focus becomes a shield against noise, doubt, and distraction. your actions become intentional, and your progress becomes visible. Living the one thing is also about patience and gratitude. Success does not arrive overnight. Growth is quiet, often invisible, and sometimes slow. But with every focused moment, you move closer to your goal. With every repeated habit, you reinforce your purpose. With every intentional choice, you honor yourself and your path. This is how mastery is built, step by step, day by day, with consistency and care. So today, take a deep breath and choose your one thing. Protect it, nurture it, and return to it faithfully. It may seem small now, but the impact will be enormous. Your confidence will grow, your skill will deepen, and your life will begin to align with what truly matters. Every focused moment is a seed. Every day of attention is water. Over time, your one thing will bloom into remarkable change. Remember, success is built one focused moment at a time. Keep reading, keep learning, keep growing. Each small choice, each dedicated action, is proof that transformation begins within your own hands. Your world is waiting. Start with one thing today.